welcome back to the JT Ride or Die podcast. This is a podcast for JT fans by JT fans. We're not affiliated with him or his production company in any way. See, I said production company doesn't have a production company. We're excited. We're excited to be back with you today, and we're going over one of my favorite eras, which is the 2020 experience. Actually, we are. This is part one of three because that era was is a lot to go over. So we split up into three parts. So today is part one, where we discuss part one of the 2020 experience. And yeah, I think we're jumping right in ranking the songs. So our first song is Push a Love Girl. I have no notes. I just realized I sat down with nothing. So who wants to go first while I find something to write on?
I have that it's his best opening song
I agree.
from any album. And I think it deserved to be a single.
Yeah. Me too.
Going over again, I think it would have done very well as a single.
Yeah, his vocals just really shine, and it's so cinematic with the orchestra. Like, I was just blown away the first time I heard it. So it's an incredible song, a really good opening, and I loved hearing it live on the Forget Tomorrow World Tour too. So that was really, really, really cool.
Yeah, I agree. I think it was a great opening song. It definitely should have been a single. I do like it performed in person more than on the album, but I do like it on the album. And overall, I gave it an 8.
Yeah, I think it could have easily doubled as a single. I think that album actually has a lot of songs that could have easily been singles. Yeah, yeah, I'll probably give it a 9. It's good. I really don't have any complaints about it. It's a good opener. Period. It sets the sound for the entire album, I think.
Yeah.
It goes with the theme.
It does, yeah. It tells
era.
you what the theme is throughout the whole album, just that opening song alone. So
yeah, I think it goes into the next one, into Suit and Tie, very well.
Yes.
The longer I've listened to the album, they sound actually very similar.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I gave that one a 9.5.
9.5. It's fair, yeah.
I don't think Kelsey gave her.
No.
Oh, I did 10 out of 10.
10. Okay.
Oh, for Push a Love Girl? Okay.
Yeah.
Is that your favorite, Kelsey?
It's one of my favorites.
Okay. You give other 10s?
It came right into the 10.
I thought Kelsey was going to say 9.4 or something.
I do have those ratings on here.
I do too.
8 for me.
Okay.
She decided to start us off on an
even number.
Just an even number to start.
Okay, that's fair.
Fair enough. So then we definitely have one of his most favorite songs, which is Suit and Tie, and that was the official opening release from the album. That one for me was it was definitely a 10 out of 10. Coming back, I forgot the gap between, because there was a substantial
It was like a movie gap.
Yeah,
all those movies.
Yeah.
Future Sex Love Sound and the 2020 experience was quite some time. And was it David Fincher? I think it was David Fincher who was the director. Yeah,
I think
he
so.
would later work with on The Social Network. So it kind of showed. I hope I'm not messing that up. I'm gonna look like a real idiot.
Notes at the end.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. If I mess that up,
if it's not correct, let us know. Okay?
Yeah, let us know.
No, don't let me know. No, I'm right. I know this. No. Yes, it was David Fincher, and then he went to work with David on The Social Network. So it was a big deal. This guy was a big movie director, still is, to be doing a music video. Obviously, it was a great single to start off with. It did feature Jay-Z. It was a different look for him. That it's a 10 out of 10. It's still fun. I know it's one of his mother's favorite songs during the show, because it's really cute to see how much she loves that song during this tour.
That's really cute.
So yeah, it's a classic. Nothing bad to say about it.
I thought the video just fit the song so well. You couldn't
100%. Yeah.
a different video to put with it. And the Rat Pack theme for the whole album really fit. I have it as a 9, which it's still pretty up there.
She said that like she was scared. Like, I don't know. They're gonna
Don't judge me.
Over the point.
No judgment.
Girl, there's no judging going on.
I have a fan experience for Suit and Tie from Kev on Twitter. He said Suit and Tie by Justin Timberlake had just come out a month before my high school prom, and that shit made us feel a type of way. Felt like The Great Gatsby.
Oh, nice.
I remember that.
I remember that too.
That was a cute comment. It's funny because when you left that comment, I was like, I'm older than I thought. I was like, oh yeah, I was still in high school. I was like, no, actually.
That's what I'm like, no, I was out.
Graduated 3 years.
I was an adult. I was a full-blown adult when that
I was like, you were grown. But I remember that being at so many of the parties and stuff like that.
And
it was just super
I think
popular.
on TikTok it goes viral every prom season.
Every now and then.
Always that transition thing to the Suit and Tie.
Yes, yeah, they still use it. So, well, gosh, this album is 12 years old now. That's crazy. That is so crazy to me. But yeah, good memories. I feel like someone didn't give their ranking.
I think Kelsey and I didn't go.
Okay.
Yet. So I guess I'll go next. So Jenny, don't feel bad because mine is the one that's going to be getting judged. Nobody will criticize you, okay? I'm here for this. So Suit and Tie is actually my son's favorite. He loves the song, so he plays it all the time. I don't like it as much as Push Your Love. So for me, I gave it a 7.5. I like it live a whole lot better. And so the live performance and the video and all of that is an 8.5, but just on the album alone, that's my
I'm not judging, I'm just shocked.
I was too. I didn't think you'd be that
like,
low.
7.
Well, Push Your Love was 8, and this is, just doesn't come as high for me as Push Your Love. So
we all have our favorite. I'm sure throughout this series I'm gonna pull something that someone's gonna be like, what? So yeah, I'm not judging.
I do love it more live though.
Yeah.
On the tour.
I think I like all of his songs more live. Like there's a song I'm probably gonna get tomatoes thrown at me by the end of this. I
know what song you're gonna say.
I think so too.
Yeah.
Live. Okay, let's move on. Next is this is one of my favorites. Is Don't Hold the Wall. And people don't talk about it a whole lot, but it is
should have been a single.
One of my favorites.
Should have been a single, I'm sorry.
I think we're gonna be saying that the whole thing. And I don't know how many singles you expected this man to have. He would have still been on the rollout if we had all but yeah, it's a fun song. I don't remember if he performed this one, which is what's tripping me out.
I don't have a remembrance
times,
of it.
I think he did like a couple times, but not as many. But he did like a very
he
quick
took it
snippet
out
of it
or something.
Well, he did like a quick snippet of it as a transition kind of deal.
Yeah,
and
that's what I'm saying. I don't remember him actually ever performing it like on tour or whatever.
I think he did. I'm not that many times though, but I think he did.
It's really good. It's so good. It transitions. I will say I was driving to one of his shows, ironically. And you know what? You can put on both albums and it's like half your trip. That's how long the songs are. And I remember like at some point, like the song is really good, but then
it goes on.
They were just like fucking around and didn't end it. And I'm like,
that was
could have ended the song.
I have that at an 8.7 because
that's fair.
I think if it had trimmed like 2 minutes off the end, it would have been a 9 something. I think that's my critique for it, that it was just too long.
I agree. I have it at an 8.5 because after I'm just like, y'all just
and this was the song that stuck in my head. I kept replaying it in my head after revisiting this album for some reason.
Yeah.
It's a really good song. It goes through really good song. It goes through really good transitions. I just feel like that last transition is like, okay, guys, we're done.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, I love this song. It's 10 out of 10 for me. The first time I heard it, I just was blown away. So It definitely should have been a single, and I can't understand why it never was. And I think he
Because
should
he
have
couldn't
performed it
do
with it.
all the singles.
Yeah. And then he pushed part,
do
and then part 2 of the album came out so fast
right.
that it like cut this era shorter. I feel like
Well,
at least another song could have been a single.
At least
and see,
one.
I look at them as the same era. I don't really
Yeah.
I don't look at them as two different eras. I wish we had gotten that out of everything I thought it was. I'm not gonna go on that rant, but very bitter.
Whole other conversation.
If you think the 2020 experience had so many songs in the vault, like people argue with me and go, I got some very nasty comments that went, well, you don't expect him to turn around another album so fast, do you? And I'm like, well,
It's
first
already
of all,
ready,
Like
pretty
that.
much.
Yeah.
he did it with the 2020 experience. And second of all, there are 80 something songs in a vault
Right.
somewhere.
Yeah.
It wouldn't be that hard. So
No.
that's
So
my
this
gripe.
song was one of my favorites on it as well.
Mhm.
I gave it an 8.5. I just really like the Bollywood theme to it.
I did too. I love that.
It came at like a very good time because I feel like that Bollywood sound was like really popular. And I feel like this is the only song on this album that has that feel to it, and I really like it. And also the other thing is, which I know you aren't a big Man of the Woods fan. However, this song relates to Midnight Summer Jam because they have the same like line in it. So I like how Justin always has
can see
songs
that.
and they like throw back to another song, or there's like some kind
Oh
of
yeah,
there
I see
somewhere.
it.
It does?
Yeah, it's like
What's the line?
It's the I don't like it. I love it. Like that whole part that he does.
oh yeah, you're right.
Yeah. So that's in Midnight Summer Jam too. Also, like it's like very similar. So I also like
I
it.
gotta listen to that song again. I
Yeah.
honestly don't remember that line being in
He
both
does
songs,
repeat
but that's pretty cool.
sometimes.
Yeah,
yeah.
it's in part like the chorus part. I think it's like 2 minutes and 20 seconds in, somewhere like that. I don't know. So it's in
Interesting.
there.
That's interesting.
He's loving
Yeah.
it.
He's loving it.
Yeah.
Man of the
I
Woods
was
is
just
just
gonna do
my
it.
least favorite album. It's not that I don't like it. Okay, I don't like
Listen,
it.
You
I
but
gave
still-
it a
that
higher
actually- that
rating than you
actually-
thought, so I'll take it.
Right. That's actually probably my favorite song on the entire album. So now I have to go back and compare it. If someone was singing the McDonald's song, I swear to God, they came up on my playlist the other day, and I was like, "Do the children know where that song came from?" I don't think they
Right?
know.
I don't think they know.
They hear it, but they don't know. I still can't believe that. But anyway, next on the list is Strawberry Bubblegum. That is, yeah, that's a favorite of mine. I would say a 10 out of 10. Most of these are. I'm not gonna fight most of these songs out of the 10 category.
I do have a question about this song for all of you guys. You know how we're always questioning like a lyric that is said, like a word that is said, like he'll sing something else, whatever.
Yeah.
So there's one that came up with this song, so I want y'all to tell me what the lyric is, okay? So is it face or taste?
Taste.
What's the whole lyric?
So it's like the baby,
Face.
please don't change nothing because your face is so original,
No.
or your taste.
Taste.
It was
It's
always
Because
taste.
it's strawberry bubblegum.
And if
Like,
you come
chewing on.
listen,
Right, but
listen,
Spotify and all those other things have it as face.
No, he's going back and changing lyrics. This is the same problem I have with him on Future Sex Love.
I was just gonna say
I
that.
don't care that you have children. Now, it was never tone. It was tongue. Now you go back and like all of the things are changed. And I didn't know that about Strawberry Bubblegum. It was always written down as taste.
But
Someone is going back.
Yeah, but at least the lyrics matched us because we're like, sir, like this is the same. But in that they have face. So the lyrics.
I don't care how many times you play that song. There's no way you're hearing face.
I know.
Garbage.
So I just wanted to say, I feel like he does this with a lot of songs that we could have an episode with changed lyrics. Like
we should
change it all day.
Yeah,
we should.
Not gonna Mandela affect me. I was there. I was there. No.
Okay, so it's taste. We're all unanimous on that.
We're all unanimous, yeah.
Because that's actually my favorite line in the song, and I'm like, we just said because my son was looking at the lyrics and he's singing it. I'm like, why are you saying face? And I looked, and Spotify had that as the lyric, and I was like, no way.
Spotify's wrong. Sorry.
Garbage. There's a lot going on in that song.
Yeah.
Yeah, and someone said the other day, and I didn't even think of it, but that it is very much adjacent to the song that he gave Beyonce, Blow. If you put those together, that is not
Yeah.
children friendly. But I was listening
No.
to it the other day, and it's literally the female version of Strawberry Bubblegum to a T. So
Yeah.
kudos to him from being able to write from a woman's
Both
nasty
perspectives,
perspective.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
like, okay. And he's
Okay.
also gone back in interviews and tried to manipulate what that song is about. And I'm like, you're talking about the first two lines. Once you get past the that's not what it's about. But good for you.
Also, if you listen to Watermelon Sugar by Harry Styles,
Yeah.
it's
Oh, yeah.
very
Yeah.
similar.
It
Very
is very
Strawberry
similar.
Bubblegum.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can
And-
definitely see where the inspiration for that came
Yeah.
from.
For
But
sure.
I have it as a 9.2, and I like
Okay.
how the lyrics paint a picture in your head, like
Yeah.
it tells a story.
Yeah.
So when you're listening to it, like you're fully immersed in it.
I love the grading scales.
I gave it an 8.5.
I'm just bad at math, so I have to round things off.
I gave it a 9.
9.
Mhm.
I'm a sucker for a 10. So there you go. Tunnel Vision.
This is one of my favorite
Mine too.
songs on the album. Like
Mm.
in fairness, this is tied with some of the other ones, but I really like the vibes to it. This is a song that I listen to over and over, and I know I'm gonna get criticized on this, but I like the video to it.
Mm.
I think it was tastefully done, and it was artistic, okay? And before people would be like, "Oh, you like girls." First of all, there's nothing wrong if I like girls, but I am married with a husband, okay? And I still appreciate this video. So I don't want to hear it, okay?
The video is fine.
I really like it. And it's just like the vibes for me, like how the flow of the vibes go, like the song just really is just different to me. I really like it. And so I gave that an 8.5.
I remember in particular you had to have a YouTube account to watch
Yeah,
it.
it was like
and I'm like,
restricted.
what?
I had to
And
like
you
click
can't
on
really
them
What
share
is
it
in
around
this
because
video?
people ask
Oh,
me to
it's-
share it, but
there's
I'm like, I
nudity, and
can't.
I'm like, okay.
We got the wrong person for the nudity though. I didn't want to
Oh.
see the women.
Ciao, Jenny.
I was gonna leave it out there like that.
What did you think was gonna And he was like, I won't see it. That's not the target audience.
No.
I feel like that video has no views because it doesn't like play in a list. It doesn't like
it
go.
has no views.
It
Yeah,
doesn't
you
have a
to
lot
go for it separately.
Not
You
as
have
much
to like
as his
click
other
on
ones.
it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because it doesn't like play on a
Because of the
playlist.
explicitness.
Yeah,
Oh, that's
because of the
interesting.
explicit, yeah.
I don't know. I didn't think of that. You think in like 2025, that's not.
Well,
Yeah,
like
no,
I'm
it
not gonna
still
play with my
does it.
kid in the room.
Yeah.
No. Oh, that would make sense. Okay,
Yeah.
never mind. I don't have children, so I don't think in those terms. I'm just like, why is it not on a playlist?
But I also
creativity.
have that it kind of reminds me of Technicolor with the lyrics. They're kind of like sister
Yeah,
I can
songs.
see
you're right.
that. I can see that.
Like one's more like
Yeah.
camera and
He
the other one's
definitely
filming.
references back and all that stuff.
He
so.
does, yeah.
would probably give it a 5. It's not a song I really connect to. I don't really skip it. I'll let it play, but it's like I don't know. It's just not one. It's the video I hardly remember because I really don't watch it that much.
I think I've
I
watched
remember
it
the
4
clips
times.
of him in it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Mhm.
I've seen the clips of him in it more because that's
Right.
probably just where my brain has concentrated on. And he looked really good, but no, it's not
Mhm.
really one of my favorites. And at the end of the day, I really do think it should have been swapped out for another song as far as a single. And it didn't really do that well, in numbers. So I think it could have been swapped out. But I mean, on this album, I really don't think there are any misses, but I would just
Mhm.
give it a 5.
Did you
Okay.
rate it? Did you
Did
rate
you
it?
do yours?
Oh, I said 10 out of 10. That's
Okay.
one of my favorites
Kelsey, have
too.
you given
Chelsea
anything
just
other
got
than a 10?
10
Yeah.
across the board.
Not
Did you
really.
I thought I was bad.
9.5 on something? I forget what it was.
Did I?
Oh.
I thought so. Maybe
Did
that's
she?
Jenny. Maybe I was thinking of Jenny.
Maybe.
All right. Up next is a Spaceship Coupe. Yeah, this is
I
one
know
of my
you love
favorites.
this
Let
one.
me tell you something. I'm gonna get in trouble for saying this. This
Who
was
cares?
like they were so high when they recorded this song because none of it made sense. It really,
Alien and You?
Alien and
Like,
You.
what is that?
It really, someone said the other day, and I believe it, rich people start to get so poor. Because Beyonce has a very similar song now that, like, now they, like, are concentrated of making love in space. Like, Earth is no longer good. We got to shoot for rocket ships. And it's very reminiscent to me of some of the funk music from the 70s where they would be talking about spaceships and aliens and you just be like, they was very high during the 70s. And it sounds good. And it sounds really, really good. It doesn't make any sense.
No.
And I will say I will still give it a 10 out of 10 because I'm like, it's so good.
I gave it
he made the song.
I don't love it. I think it's cool. Like, it's a cool song. It's got cool vibes, but I don't love it. And so I gave it a 7.5. I can appreciate the vibes and the feel to it and stuff and the whole thing. But yeah, I just not one of my favorites.
I feel like it would have been an amazing video. I really do. I don't know if they would put
That's
the money
another
behind
one where
it.
it can be visual. You can picture it in your head.
Right? To make it, do what it do, but it would have been really fun.
Yeah.
I gave it a 9.2, and I mentioned about how Justin is space obsessed and how we need to have a episode of just alien and space references.
We still have plans to do that.
Yeah.
Because I still have the TikTok when I put all my stuff together and like Spaceship Koopa's up there. Like,
and that it's a Space Cowboy's older, mature brother.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I feel like he's just prepping us to like let us know that he's like, not human. So like, hey, get your sights set on outer space, ladies, because that's what I am.
I'm not, once if he hook up with anybody to make freaky space motels, I'm out. I can't.
Like, I'm out. Can't do it.
I can't do this rich people stuff. It's weird. But the song I love to death. Super good. And like I said, a lot of people, some don't, but it really reminds me of some of the like 70s funk music, which I grew up in my house, and it would be like, I don't know what they're talking about. And they'd be like, don't worry what they're talking about. Just listen to the music. Okay.
Yeah.
Right? So, I feel like he thought we would never be listening to it. But then sometimes you listen to it and you go, this nigga was so high. I don't know what he was talking about.
Well, I mean, it makes sense.
I do really like the guitar in it. So if we're like just listening to the music, it's good. But I do like to have lyrics that I connect with and relate to, that type of thing. So that's only where it missed it for me. Like I
get high one time and listen to that song. And you'd be like, this song is amazing.
A whole lot better. I have to listen to it high and get back to you because that might set my rating different.
Be like, oh man, he was right.
He's right. I love the guitar.
I don't know what a spaceship coupe is. Like, how is he sitting around? It was like a coupe de ville and a spaceship. There we go.
Who the heck knows what's going on in his brain when he wrote that? So,
yeah.
All right, and we have.
Kelsey, what was your ranking for it?
Oh yeah, she a 10.
No, 8 out of 10.
All right.
Boo! No, I'm sorry.
Knew you were gonna do that.
I'm sorry.
I do like the song. It is really good, but it's not like heavy in my rotations. Yeah. But 8 out of 10. I do appreciate it though.
I think I've proven that maybe I'm high too often. So I have to reevaluate my life. Well, we have a bit of a news break. Anyone want to go for the news in particular?
I can read it.
Okay.
Justin's Forget Tomorrow tour totals came back, and it's over 200 million in revenue. He sold 1.2 million tickets, and it was over 97% sold out. He was the 10th top touring artist in the world from October 2024 to March 2025. And all those numbers do not include the festival dates and numbers that he's still working on. And if you are not in America, I just noticed the merch for the JT Live is on the websites.
Yeah, it
but
is.
You cannot buy it in America. No,
No.
I tried
I
to
tried.
see,
Oh,
It doesn't
wow.
ship in to the US.
Yeah.
Yeah.
but
Get
there's
your
all new
friends.
merch.
No.
And Rock Your Body now has more than 800 million streams on Spotify. It's
Woo.
recently gone viral on TikTok, along with Mirrors Again.
Yeah.
Very
Mhm.
nice.
I like some of the new merch too. I was sad about
Oh,
that.
yeah.
I
Get connections
know.
in Europe and have them send it to
I wanted that long sleeve one.
Yes, that was
That
nice.
one was the nicest. That one, the only
Yeah.
one I liked was that one and probably the
With like the gold background.
no, the one that's kind of blue. That's
Oh, I
like
like the
Okay.
blue
JT
one.
Live
It's the back of
because
his
it was like
head.
yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I laugh because it's like some of them actually this time, which I was shocked by, have the front of his face.
Yeah.
So it's like
It's like,
he
oh,
decided to put the
there's
front of
you.
his face on the
Yeah.
shirt.
Yeah, there's
Right there
just
to you.
We only got the
Yeah.
back of his head.
I haven't really liked the merch this entire tour, so
Yeah.
nothing has really changed.
I wonder if the t-shirts are the same.
I was gonna
or
say, I wonder if
Oh,
the
yeah.
quality, how the quality is. Like the quality in my box sets were garbage,
Mhm.
but as the tour went on, the quality actually got a lot better. Like my last gray shirt with the yellow writing, my tour shirt, that one's actually really nice. It does not fit me like a box. So,
Right.
but everyone's having
Yeah.
problems. I've noticed, like Beyonce fans. I got a really nice set of hers, almost like a dress for like 75, but
Mhm. She had
it's
cute
something with
stuff.
the
Mhm.
yeah, it's something with the vendors because there are some places where her merch was coming in that was not good quality.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So artists are I don't know what vendors they're using, but after COVID, some of their vendors not good. So
Chelsea, I think our Boston shirt was really nice. Like that one was
Yeah.
good quality and fit us all well because there was 4 of us and each one of
Mhm.
us got it and everyone was happy with the fit. And
Oh,
that
yeah.
doesn't happen a lot with
that's
shirts.
good.
So
Yeah.
And I love how in my hometown of Jacksonville they said he played at the stadium.
Oh my God. That's
And I was just like,
embarrassing.
well, if I had children, I could be like, he played at the stadium, kids. They'll never know the difference. So it was like, y'all got the okay, well, whatever. And I just saw Beyonce like has a bandana, and the whole phrase is like the words are not spoke correctly.
No.
So that's wonderful.
Mm.
But I do have someone I may ask to grab me that one shirt, and of course I picked the shirt with the back of his head. She just was like, I like that. She's like, you don't want the other one? I'm like, no, the other ones are from the tour, so it doesn't like that's the front of his face, but from the tour. But like people are not going to see any of those outfits, so she was like, that's dumb. It is, but. All right, to jump back into the album, this is definitely one of my favorite songs. Is That Girl? 10 out of 10.
Mhm.
This song was in homage, he said, to a lot of the 60s groups,
Mhm.
Mhm.
black groups, the Temptations, the Four
Yep.
Tops. It's also inspiration about interracial relationships, and I remember people being like, I don't think that's what it's about. So let me tell you
I
something.
can see that.
Well, there's
No,
that
that
one
is
lyric
yeah,
that
it
like
is about
we don't
that.
care who sees us or something. What
Mhm.
is it
Yeah.
exactly? I can't remember.
Yeah.
There
Yeah,
are
we don't
several
care who
lyrics in
sees
that
us.
song.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I knew even before he explained it what it was about. And where he says, so what we're from the other side of the tracks, and people would say,
Mhm.
well, I just think he means two different people.
No.
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 Black people used to say different side of the tracks because literally there was a time where they put black and white people in the South on different side of railroad tracks.
Road tracks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You better not
where
cross
it
those
started.
tracks.
Yeah.
Then people diluted the meaning to mean two different people, but that
Yeah.
did not mean two different people.
Because like anything else, when you move forward in time, things shift, but that is the
Right.
origination of
That's
it.
the
He
original
absolutely
meaning.
did mean that because you
And
saw
Mhm.
the
I heard that, yeah.
karaoke thing where he emphasized on Michael Jackson's. He had to do the "I don't care if you're black or white," and he was like, "It doesn't matter to me." Like he has made it very clear that he doesn't discriminate and he doesn't. You know what I mean? Like it's a big
Mhm.
thing to him. It's a big
Yeah.
topic to him. So anybody that doesn't think that's what the song's about doesn't know him well.
plus in the beginning when
Yeah.
he's like at the underground club,
Mhm.
like
Yeah.
Okay, so those were
you're
very
in the
reminiscent
60s.
of the old 60 juke joints
Right.
Yeah.
especially in the South. I think a lot of I will explain. I think a lot of it, if you're not from the South, some of it you probably are not going to recognize the terms. She's like, I don't know. But I mean, if you know part of history,
But I
then you
understand
are.
Yeah.
it.
Right, you're gonna understand it. And sometimes people get into effect of like watering things down.
Mhm.
It's like,
Mhm.
no, he's not talking about a girl that's just different, like brown hair. He's talking about an interracial relationship with a
Mhm.
black girl. You did
Yeah.
not cross the side of, you did not cross those tracks in Memphis, Tennessee's in the 60s. And people would get together at the old Jew joint nightclub. So the only time you'd probably see a white man would probably be out in the woods somewhere in a nightclub. So that's
Yeah.
where that whole atmosphere comes from. I think it's a good song that kind of exemplifies his storytelling abilities. So I
Mhm.
definitely will give him that. I don't know. I think maybe it's kind of hidden in a little bit of experience, hidden in a little bit of storytelling. So it's just a really good song. That is definitely one of my favorites.
I have it as a 9.2. I just thought it fits so well with the album too.
Mhm. It really
Just
Yeah,
does.
the
Yeah.
I
nothing.
agree.
I like
Anybody
the
else?
song, and I like the story behind it. The feeling to me with the music is very bluesy and jazzy, which I
Mhm.
think
Yeah.
is, part of the theme. It wasn't, my top favorite song on the album, but like I don't skip it or I don't hate it or anything like that. So it's just like kind of in the middle for me. So it's like a 7.5 to an 8. Kind of like Suit and Tie. Like all the ones that have the same feel to it are like the same number ranking to me.
So that's not your jam.
That's not your
No.
jam.
It's
Well,
funny
Future Sex
because
Love Sound is my favorite sounding
yeah.
album, and that's like a different sound. Not that I
Right.
grew up with all the different types of music, and I like all of it, like from Anita Baker to James Brown to all of them, and I really like it. But just his vibes, whatever it is, like I just appreciate. I don't know. I like his different sounds better, like when he's experimenting and playing with different sounds and that type of stuff.
Well, I think this album is more R&B coded.
Mhm.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah, for
Straight up.
sure.
It is definitely considered by many producers to be one of the best R&B albums. And I mean, and it's fine if R&B isn't your thing. There's no shade there, but the songs that you are going to say are on the bottom are going to be on my top
Right.
because I can see
Exactly.
so much of
Right.
his influence from that
Yeah.
era, and he definitely did his research in. So yeah, now that I'm looking back, all of those are 10 out of 10s.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that
I
was
mean, I'm an R&B girl. Like I listen to all music and I really do like R&B. Just like for whatever reason with him, I like the experimental sounds, like the different stuff. Like when Future Sex Love Sounds came out, there was nothing else like that. Like it was a
mhm.
whole different vibe. And everything I thought it was kind of reminded me of that era. So that's why
Mhm.
those two go hand in hand for me.
All right, so the next one is Let the Groove Get In. Now, anybody knows me, that's my favorite song. That's my
It's so
all-time
It's
good.
so good
favorite
live.
Justin
Oh my
songs. There are
god.
so many transitions and
Mhm.
different stages that song goes through.
Right.
It reminds me of a lot of the songs that were played in my house, like Gloria Stefan and the Sound Machine, Selena, all of that
Mhm.
you have
A
encompassed
party.
in that song. So
Yeah.
definitely 10 out of 10. I could talk about that song all day, but I won't. So
Yeah, it
good.
it reminds me of All Night Long by Lionel Richie too,
I see
which that's
that,
another
yeah.
song that I
Which you can
love.
hear it. You hear
You
Yeah.
can
it
hear
towards
it.
the end, right?
You can hear it, and it's so good live. I love that performance also from the 2020 experience,
Yeah.
the Netflix.
Going
Netflix.
across on the
Oh my
Yeah.
thing.
god. That was
On
so
Right.
the
good. And he
Mhm.
kind of
Right.
improvised his vocals there, which I love. So yeah, that's a 10 out of 10 for me. I definitely enjoyed this one live. It's really good.
I have it as a 9.4. I thought I mentioned that it needs to be experienced live because that just makes the
For
song.
sure.
100%.
Yeah.
And I have, like Janira was saying, with the transitions, I put the 5 minute mark transition
Mhm.
is my favorite.
That's when the
Yeah.
beat really drops.
I can't remember
Yeah.
that one.
Yeah.
Wait,
I would
is
play
that
it, but
when
I
like the
feel bad
horns
if
really
it.
come in?
I think so.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, that's
With the
crazy.
horns and
I
everything.
almost
Yeah.
cried when
Mhm.
I heard it was coming back from the tour because I remember several of us when he did the Tiny Desk. It wasn't on the Tiny Desk, but saying like bring back this and bring back that, and I really didn't expect it to come
Mhm.
back.
I didn't either.
It's just
But
such a good
I
song
just love.
live. You
Mm-hmm.
can't. You have to
I
play
had
it. Leave
I had
Senorita off
someone.
and put that one on.
No, no,
So many
everybody
people like
wanna get
Senorita
rid of
though, so he'll never
Senorita.
leave that.
No, he won't.
I mean, I could trade Senorita, but people are like really sick of it.
Yeah, no, live that song was really good. So
But I get it. I get
Sorry.
it. No, you're fine. But no, someone said like I can tolerate people wanting to leave Senorita off, but someone was like, he needs to play us like the grave get in. I was like, no, no,
No.
leave it
Better not
alone.
leave it alone. Yeah, no.
Go to hell. No, I'm sorry.
I definitely gave this a higher rating live, like most of them. So
Mhm.
like 8.2 off of the CD, but when he performs it live, it jumps up for me to like an 8.6. I feel like most people have fun with it. I mean, there's
Mhm.
still some people that are standing around and I'm looking at them like, how can you not move during
That
this
bothered
song?
me.
But,
And I'm like, how can you not? Like, Melissa,
Yeah.
when we were in Brooklyn and Boston, she was dancing, and I'm just like, oh my gosh. Like,
Yeah.
it's such a good vibe
Oh, I'm
song.
gonna say
Exactly.
something that's gonna make people mad.
Yeah,
I'm
well,
gonna
even
say-
if you don't know a song, right? You can
no,
still
not
dance
know
to
a
the
song.
beat. You know what I'm
It's not, it
saying?
has nothing to do. They don't have any rhythm.
It's
That's
just
what
what
I'm gonna say.
I don't care. Okay, I can't.
If you're standing
I
there
sing
and you
anyways.
don't feel it, I'm just gonna say you don't have rhythm because
Yeah.
I don't understand it. I
I
saw
don't
people
either.
who necessarily couldn't dance that still found a way to
Yeah.
dance to that song.
I was right there with this. Like, you can't sit. Like, I don't think you can sit still doing this.
No,
So
it's
people that sit still to
impossible.
me are very odd. I'm
Most
just like,
people
damn, I
really
can't
dance.
stop from moving to this. I don't even know if I'm on beat. I'm not paying attention, but I don't care. I'm moving. Okay.
Right.
Some people feel like at being the show, like some people like really love it and just have fun with it, and I feel like some people find it very overwhelming. Almost like they're just like looking at him like
Mhm.
I don't feel it. So it does different things to different people. That's always like the craziest reaction. All right, so did everybody rank that one?
Yeah, I think.
Yeah,
All
yeah,
right.
I think so.
All right, so then we have one of the biggest songs of his career, of course, which is Mirrors. And it definitely got to upgrade this tour, of course, with Blocky for most of the tour. How do you want to rank that one?
I know,
I give
I'm
it-
going to be opposite of you, but I have it as a 10. But it's the full length version from the album,
Yeah.
not the radio version.
Right.
But
And the
I
one we get during tour, yeah.
also need the updated vocal run
The updated vocal run. What do you mean?
that he does on the tour.
Yeah.
Oh, when he says keep your eyes on, yeah.
Mhm.
Yes.
I love that. I love that.
Oh,
He's
I
been
get.
doing
I was
much
like,
better.
wait, what?
So much better.
Okay, yeah.
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 Like, this
I
song
think the solution is just to have a live album. I'm
Yeah.
really
Mhm.
not
Yes.
sure why we've
Yes.
never had one. It's
I don't
super
know.
weird.
I'm surprised he's never had
It
one.
would be
Like, that's
so
just
good. He needs
I
to
don't know
have
what's
one for
happening
sure.
there.
Like,
I
this
don't
song
know.
is amazing live. I mean, I know everything is, but the Blocky performance, which I know he had to stop doing because of some back issues and stuff, which I can't believe he did it as long as he did. But even when he did it on B stage, it was still amazing. And I have seen some people talk crap about Mirrors, and I don't know if I trust those people at all. But anyways, it's very classic. It's a sweet song.
She's like, you don't
Nah.
trust me?
you don't trust me.
Talk crap.
I don't know if I trust those people, okay? No, I'm just kidding. Everybody is entitled to their own opinion. I just think it's funny. But it's a very classic, sweet song. I love that, it was based on his grandparents. I love anytime something comes from his life personally. And so live, I gave it an 8.6, but like on the album, I gave it 8.4. So it's higher live, obviously.
Yeah, I love it more live than I do the album version. I'd probably give it an 8 out of 10. And I know it's such a personal song to him, and I know it means a lot to him. So
Yeah.
he's definitely never getting rid of Mirrors.
Well, you can feel that.
He's
when he
never
sings
getting
it.
rid of
He's
Mirrors.
never getting rid of Mirrors.
emotions
So
come
you
out.
can feel it in the room when he
Yeah.
sings it and the emotion that he has. It's just
I feel like he might be getting. And here's my crazy fan theory. It's just because like I was really shocked on the festival where he put it first, and it's kind of like, okay, let's get the sentimentals out there. Psh, we'll open it, we'll open it with the sentimentals, and then we'll get into the party. So, but I don't think he's ever getting. You're right. I don't think he's ever getting rid of it.
No.
He may slap it in the middle next time.
and it's one of his biggest songs of his career.
Right.
So there's no way he's getting rid of it.
Much akin to that other one, he'll never get rid
Yes.
of.
Yeah.
Except
I don't think so either.
No.
I'd rather keep Mirrors than that song, but that's another topic. Mirrors for me is probably. I don't want to give it a 5. It's probably gonna be a 6, and it'll probably just be a 6 because of the last part that always gets thrown in the trash. It's the best part of the song, and he won't do it live, and the radios wouldn't play it.
No,
Mhm.
too long. That's why.
So that's my favorite part is the end.
Yeah.
Not the end because it's over, but the end of the
The
song.
end, the last,
I realized how that
the last,
sounded like
2
that
minutes,
sounded
I think.
nice. Right. That 2-minute transition.
2-minute
The rest of the
transition.
song, I never liked it. So
I like the video.
The videos.
the video's beautiful.
Yeah.
Hands down. I can't
He
complain
doesn't
about
come
that.
into like the last 2 minutes, but that's
Yeah.
fine.
Which
And
is
it's
rare for
crazy.
somebody to be a fan of his and not like
Right.
the videos.
Like,
He's
where
not
is
in
he?
much, but I do hear a lot of people like the video.
And I have mixed emotions from that because I had incredible experiences with him on the Blocky, and then now I have to confess, like, I'm not big on the song, but the memories connected to the song are very
Right.
special to me, and if we hadn't had that Blockies, I wouldn't have had that moment. So I have to give it a 6. It's well done. It's just not one I connect with the most.
If we are getting technical, you should be giving it a 7 because you had 2 moments that came out of that Blocky interaction. Okay.
So now the moments gain him points. I thought we were talking about the album.
That was super close, girl. He
That
was like,
was,
you know, he
You had some
remembered
good
you from
moments,
that.
girl.
Okay, he gets a 7 because we saw the necklace on the Blocky. So that's your 6. And then in my bar still, he was like, "Did you see me see the necklace?" And I was like, "That was 3 days ago, of course."
I didn't see it at all.
He's
No.
so humble. He acts like, "Do you remember?" No,
Do you
I don't
remember?
remember you. I don't remember you, sir.
Were
Go
you
away. Get out of my
Jack
face.
Williamson?
Okay, I'll give him a 7. That's fair.
All right.
The next one, Blue Ocean Floor. That's a controversial one. I remember one of my favorite comedians, Kevin on Stage, set Twitter on fire because he was like,
Oh, I remember that.
Right, you remember that? And they were talking about like the 2020 experience is like, one of the coldest white boy albums ever. And he was like, yeah, except for that Blue Ocean Floor. And boy, Black Twitter lit his ass up and was like,
I'm sorry, sir, but you're wrong.
Take it back. He literally had to say, I did not know we felt this way about Blue Ocean Floor. Yeah, that's a 10 out of 10. I had heard people say it's boring. It puts them to sleep. It's not supposed to excite you. So.
No. It is a good song to listen to when you are falling asleep because it does put you in a trance. Yes.
For sure.
I have it as an 8.9, but I think you have to listen to it on headphones. That's the best way to experience it. And if you haven't done that, you don't understand it.
Yeah. I agree. I totally agree. There's a lot
I feel
going
the same with this song. Like I do put it on when I'm relaxing, more or less. Like I don't like to listen to it during the day because it does give me that kind of like chill down vibe and I'm trying to go.
Right.
I do think it's a sweet song. I do like the wedding story about it. I know some people now will not like that song more because it's connected to his wedding and the wine with Jess and all that other stuff, but I don't mind stories like that. I think it's kind of cool. It gives it kind of more of a meaning and like makes you kind of understand it a little bit more. So when I knew about that story, my rating went up about it when I used to listen to it, but I still skip it during the day type of thing. The lyrics are good and everything, but to me, it's just a 7.2.
First time I heard this song, I cried my eyes out. So it's like such an emotional, beautiful song. Like his voice is so beautiful on there. Like it's just, I think it's a very underrated song. If you're talking about like his whole discography and what he's done throughout his career, I think it's very underrated. It's very beautiful. So I give this one a 10 out of 10.
Okay. Did you do it, Jenny? Okay. I just not good at paying attention today. All right. So were Dress On and Body Count bonus songs? Were they bonus songs?
They were.
Technically, yeah.
Technically. Okay. So Dress On, yeah, that's definitely for the grown folks.
Yeah, baby making music.
10 out of 10. 10 out of 10 out of 10 out of 10. Oh, wow, a lot of 10s on this album. Yeah, I love it. I can't play it in front of all company, and that's what makes it great.
No, you gotta, yeah.
I really wish I had seen that song performed like ever.
Yeah.
There's so
That
many
would've been
songs
nice.
I feel like on the tour he could have done like as a surprise song set. You
Right.
know what I
Come
mean? Like
out
on
or
B side.
something.
I agree.
Exactly.
Like I'm seeing like Katy Perry, which is something I hope he will do on the next tour. Like I
Right.
know they can always change it, but like people are changing it, so now I can't defend you anymore. You're just
Right.
Right.
being a little lazy. Katy Perry is like she lets
Fan
her
vote.
fans scan a QR code and vote. I think that's a pretty neat idea. Beyonce, since she's spending so much time in cities, each city is getting little tweaks
makes
and
sense.
changes.
That does
Yeah.
make
I
sense.
think we talked about that on one of the episodes before. If he did like a weekend in the same city instead of like bouncing around, like he could add something special for that city.
Right.
I
I
agree.
think he could honestly just do what Katy Perry is doing because she's
The
not
little vote.
spending the same time in the same cities. The only problem is what I'm hearing is that like people will pick the same songs over and over again.
Yeah.
So
And
what
it's
he
going to be
might
the more popular song.
right. So
Yeah.
what he might
Time.
want to do is, well, you have a list. Like she's only giving people like 4 songs. They can't rehearse but so much. But give them 4 songs. Rotate it. Like take that song out the rotation for the
Right.
next
Yeah.
couple of cities because you're done, and people just keep clicking on the same thing.
Yeah,
And I
and
do
then put it
think
back
that's
in
something
later.
I hope he considers for the next tour, so
Mhm.
we get a little rotation because that would have been nice. Like take out Say Something. No offense, take it out. Dress
Like
songs
a
would be
lot of
fun.
2020 songs he could have done because there's so many to
Yeah.
choose from with both parts. Like
And I feel it would have fit this era too. The
It would have.
2020 also fits the era.
I will say
Okay,
with
does
him
everyone
though,
write that?
everything that he does is on purpose. Like he never does anything for not a reason. So I have to trust that he's doing things the way he's doing them for a reason. And like on an amazing show though, so like it's always worth your money and stuff like that. So that I appreciate that, and maybe he'll incorporate some of this stuff. But I have to think he's doing things for a reason. So
Yeah. Keep in mind that, Justin, yes, he always has his reasons, but I also feel like Justin, is not God. And sometimes he can, up his game at any moment if he feels like it and to keep up with his peers. I just hope this is something he
And always
continues.
use new ideas.
Right.
And,
Right.
and I'm not expecting anything like, I understand how complicated his show could be, but just, squeeze it in, whatever acoustic version you have. Also, people want you to stop doing acoustic versions. That's another story, but anyway. So the last one we have is Body Count. That's a fun one. That doesn't get mentioned much,
I
but
love
it's really
this
fun.
song. Yeah.
That is a lot of fun. 10 out of 10. 10 out of 10. No gripes there. I can't. It's just fun. It is just a fun ass song.
Yeah, 10 out of 10. Like I think I've said this before. If they ever remade Dirty Dancing, and I would love him to play Johnny Castle, and like that song should be in the movie. I can't stop
Random.
picturing it.
yeah,
That's very random, but yeah,
Maybe
I can
because of
see
the
it.
beat. It's like a dancing beat, like a salsa dancing cha-cha kind of beat. That's probably why.
It's so specific, but I like it. Get the people on the phone.
Get the people on the phone.
I have it as a 9.1, and
Okay.
you when you go through it, you realize there's not a lot of like dancing tracks on this album.
Yeah.
So like
No, there
one of the
isn't. That's a
few.
good point.
It
Yeah,
is.
that's a really good point.
It definitely has that like that Spanish feel to it and stuff like that. I like that. I like the feel. I like the jazzy tones. I like being able to dance to the song. So I gave it 8.2. It's one of my favorite on the second half.
That would have been good live.
Yeah.
Like he could have mixed it with Let the Groove Get In and Body Count.
Yeah.
Like that would have been a whole good mashup. Like he could do mashups too.
That's what I thought about it too. And that's what I thought. He should consider some of his other peers are doing mashups, and I think that might benefit him now because his catalog is so broad. It's so broad, and I'm like, you found a way to cut. I still haven't forgiven him for fucking up the disco and
the second half.
So I'm like, now so let's start cutting up everything else. And if we can get more in, let's do that. Because this show was like 2 hours. I feel like he could hit a 2.5 if he wanted to. and mash up a little bit of the songs.
They're doing that on the festival, and it's been working out. Like, we've got TKO, AO, all these
Right.
songs that we really like live, and it's been working because I think most of us have been happy getting like mashups, and he has Hypes working on stuff for him. Hypes is super talented. He would come up with some really good mashups.
Well, I feel like sometimes our bitching does work, because I remember some of us that I nice bit. There's bitching, and then there's nice bitching. I remember saying, I really wish he would bring back a bit of the cover, so some of his, some of his background would have a little time. And then he came back and he did, shit, I forgot the song. Nerds, She Wants to Move. With Cameron and Jaden, and so that was really cool. I really like that. It sounds so good. So sometimes a little nagging works, but
and I love that he has his background singers doing the dancing too, like say working. I really like the feel of the festivals, like how they're doing all that stuff, especially Jaden with his big ass hats. I'm excited to see.
I know.
I love them. Okay,
love it.
Big ass. They're really
I love
nice.
it. You know where he is because you see the hat first.
Yeah, I think he could carry that. It's only an hour-and-a-half show, but I definitely think he could easily, with his catalog, add another hour to that, and it'd be very successful for the next tour. So all in all, we have to rank the album. I'll go first because I'm bad at math. I just see a lot of 10s and like a 5 and a 6 and a 9. So in my mind, that's a 9. So we're just gonna go with a 9.
I used a calculator and I got a 9.24.
That is so efficient. I love that.
Yeah. I used the calculator as well, but I rounded it up. It was like just under an 8, so I rounded it to an 8.
Gotcha. Kelsey?
Well, I didn't know we were getting technical.
Girl!
Yours had so many 10s, you're probably like a 9.7.
Girl, just
something
say
like
10.
that.
I was going to say, like, 9 out of 8. 9.8. You're
9.8, yeah.
So that just shows, it ranks very high across the board. I am very skeptical of people who tell me, they don't like the album. You may have your likes and dislikes like we all do, but I can't imagine you not liking the album. This is definitely one of like the coldest albums in the pop world.
Yeah.
Right.
There's people that say they straight out don't like this album.
It's crazy.
This is probably my husband's favorite album, and part 2.
Yeah. And part 2, I see them as one entity, even though I always say part 2 is my favorite. I really do see them as one entity. We had a different activity where Kelsey posted a question online, and we did get some interesting responses. They were kind of fun. Do you want to read that?
Sure. So the question that I did was, if you were stuck on a deserted island and you could only listen to one Justin Timberlake album, what would it be? So there's some from Twitter. I only got one on Instagram and TikTok, but I'll start with Twitter for. I thought
lazy.
Whatever.
I don't know. Lazy.
Whatever. Lazy. So Twitter. So Kemi said 2020 experience part 1 and 2. That would give enough time for the rescue ship to come get me.
She ain't lying.
She ain't lying. Kristen S said, I'm a 42-year-old OG fan, but I still have to go with everything I thought it was. No skips. I agree. That was my answer. Artsy Sneaker Geek said, definitely 2020 part 1 due to strawberry bubblegum alone.
Very specific.
Very specific.
Listen to that one song over and over again, all right?
Marina says, I'm sticking with my forever love, Future Sex Love Sounds. That's a good one. Fair. Sabrina
I don't think I want it forever, but till I get off the island, we'll do.
Right. Sabrina said also Future Sex Love Sounds. And Marcy said mine would be 2020 experience part 1. So a lot of 2020s. And then let me see, one from TikTok, one from Instagram. So Adore JT on Instagram, Avery, we've had her on the podcast before. So she said 2020 experience part 2.
I knew it was part 2.
Yeah, She's a part 2 girl for
Her
sure.
and Janera were talking about it on
Yeah.
the episode. Yeah.
Yep. And then Tunisia on TikTok said 2020 part 1.
Oh.
So
Wow,
lots of
a lot of
2020.
2020.
A lot of
Yeah.
2020. Give them time for the ship to rescue them.
You can tell a lot about a person if I say you like the album. They go, yeah, because I mean I've only met like 1 or 2 people who didn't like the album or whatever. But then I hit them with the which part, and then that tells me all I need to know about you.
Mm-hmm.
But
Well, I think Jenny, Kels, and I had the same answer
Yeah.
to the question.
So.
Everything I thought it was.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Currently,
Really?
yes, probably.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Did you read Age? I don't think you read Adrian's. Adrian said everything I thought it was. I'm gonna be playing. I'm gonna play Isle Through the Trees. I thought that was
Oh, that's
fun.
right. Yes, Adrian.
I was like, well, at least she's gonna have a really good time alone on the island.
Yeah. Yeah, she's making it in her head. She already knows what she's gonna do, so she'll be okay for a minute.
Be like, food
Yeah,
is not a
that
priority.
answer, yeah.
I just care about this music. No, I'm kidding.
I love the imagination.
I do too.
Yeah, I mean, I love everything I thought it was. Don't get me wrong, but as far as like production and value, yeah, that's gonna be the album I'd want to hear over and over again all day, for sure. Kels, we got birthdays. We didn't do them in May, but we could do them now. We can start off with May.
Alrighty, so let's start off with May birthdays. We have Miss J Forever was May 2nd. We have I gave a nod to James Brown in here because anybody who knows the festival shirt, he had a James Brown throwback. His was May 3rd. Lance Bass from NSYNC, of course, is May 4th, and the story of Shazay is also May 4th. Yensid 7 is May 6th. Tiff Tiff and Kelly Raposa is May 12th. It's gonna be Kate was May 13th. Lizzie Lights May 17th. Wendy NSYNC BSB NKTOB is May 23rd. The other Chelsea was May 24th. Amber May 29th, and Melissa NSYNC was May 30th. And then we go to our June birthdays, starting off with many people I think know her from our fandom is Tristy Treasures. She goes by Cajun Gypsy Gal. Hers was June 3rd. We have Phoenix Rising Skincare, June 7th. Vilma, June 22nd. Brooke and the Girl Who Has Everything, June 26th. Shadow 52008, June 27th. Crystal W, 1989, is June 30th. And then I didn't do these two in order because they're two of our very own podcast girlies. Happy belated birthday to Kelsey, which was on June 6th. And then Jenny has hers coming up on June 18th. So happy birthday to all the May Junes, and happy birthday to our lovely podcast ladies.
Happy birthday. The names be killing me because I've been fighting for my life trying to be like, who that?
Be like, send us your first name so we can put that on.
Right.
Yeah. Some people wanted their usernames, and I'm like, okay, I'm going to butcher
I mean, if
this,
they
but
want
I'm
to,
gonna try.
that's fine, but I just be laughing because I'd be like, who the heck is that? But happy birthday to everybody. And yeah, so she was touching on the festival shirts. We probably have a festival episode coming up later because there's a lot to
There's
go
a lot.
come back, and it's still going. It's going really well for him, so that's wonderful. But this was a really fun episode. It's not over. We still have part 2, and we still have the tour. So definitely come back if you're a fan of part 2. I get touchy because I got people who want to tell me part 2 is not good as part 1. So we'll get into it.
We'll get into it.
Okay. Anyway, thanks for joining us, and please make sure to, if you like this video, to like us on YouTube and subscribe so you don't miss the next one. It really helps to get it out to more JT fans. Let us know, what is your favorite song off of this album, off of 2020 Experience Part 1, and let us know in the comments what your favorite song is on 2020 Experience Part 2 so we can read it during the episode. That would be a lot of fun. But make sure you follow us on TikTok, Twitter, YouTube, IG, Yeah.
Spotify.
We're all over the place.
I don't think we're on
Girl.
Spotify anymore. Don't follow us.
Oh, okay. Okay.
They're on
Okay.
YouTube.
YouTube. Just kidding.
Just YouTube.
Just kidding.
Just kidding.
Thanks for joining us. We'll see you again soon. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.